guys, so I'm here today to film a DIY video for you. I am going to be cropping and distressing 4 shirts in 4 different ways and also a pair of shorts, and it will include bleach because that's how bored I am in quarantine. I've actually been wanting to crop and distress these shirts for like the longest time, but I just haven't gotten to it because I've been putting it off. But now that we're stuck inside, I thought it would be the perfect time. So I'm not going to make this intro long. Subscribe to my channel. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday, and you should stick around. It'll be fun. We might be quarantine dyeing our hair soon. That's where we are in life. So if you want to see how I DIY a couple shirts, then keep watching. Okay, so this is our first shirt. This one I'm just going to straight up crop it. Can you guys see the bottom? Let me pull it back a little bit. I'm just gonna straight up crop it. You can try it on and mark it. Sorry, cats. Sean. Lou, what are you doing? What are you doing? So this is the first shirt I'm going to be cropping, and I'm just going to straight across crop it. Like this one, I like the actual shirt. I just want to crop it so it's shorter. I really hate long shirts, if I'm being honest. So for this, you can either put it on and mark where you want it cropped, or I would suggest if you were like new at this, just pick a crop top you already have and measure that against it. That's what I'm going to do. This is actually another shirt that I cropped that I like the way it falls on me, so I'm just going to follow this same guideline. Keep in mind that with a t-shirt, the ends will roll up a bit, so you kind of want to crop it a little bit below that. So I'm just going to follow this exact line. I'm going to turn it sideways just so it's easier for me. And we're just going to cut. I'm using, these are Fiskars. I think they're fabric scissors I bought like forever ago to do something like this. My cat's helping. With a t-shirt, if you're just gonna cut straight across, you really don't need to like do one side and then the other. I just kind of cut it all together. Also, please make sure you wash any clothes you want to crop before you crop them, because it will shrink in the wash and you don't want to end up with something that's too short. And then you're just gonna pull the ends and you have the perfect crop top. After you wash it, it will kind of roll up a little bit nicer, but that's exactly what I want. And it's exactly as long as this one, which I also love, so perfection. That's just your basic crop, but one of my favorite things to do because I think every t-shirt is made way too fucking long. For this shirt, make sure you also try to like lay it out so that the seams are straight. The last shirt didn't have a seam, so I didn't really have to deal with it, but you want to lay it out as flat as possible. For this shirt, I bought it, I think I got it in a size large, so it would be a little bit bigger, but I'm such a nerd. I don't love the font treatment on this shirt, so I was gonna just crop it, but I think what I'm actually gonna do is do like a shredded fringe bottom, because I think where the font is, like if I was to crop it in the middle of this, I think it would be a little bit too short. So I'm gonna do the fringe, see if I like it, and then if I don't like it, I can always just cut the fringe off. I think what I'm gonna do is cut it to like the middle of the letters, because the fringe will still kind of cover your stomach, so we're just gonna go for it. What the fuck? Although I'm gonna start in the middle, I think, just because I know where I want it to go in the middle. And then you're just going to cut small slivers and you'll kind of pull it after. Okay, so we finished. All I did after was go along and just kind of pull. The trick to any t-shirt distressing is to pull the fabric, because cotton will naturally roll and it just gives it a nicer finish. Now you could also have cut the hem off because I'm not sure how I feel about like the stitching on the end, but overall I think it looks kind of badass. And I mean, if I want to, I can go along and cut the hem off, but like now it's gonna be even harder. So for now, we're keeping her. Okay, for this shirt, what I want to do is crop it, but I want to crop it so that I can tie it in a knot in the front. So I'm actually going to, again, use this shirt as my marker, but I'm gonna go a little bit longer just because it is, obviously this shirt's a large, so I bought it bigger. So I'm gonna go a little bit longer. What I'm actually going to do, I'm just gonna flip around so I can do it myself. I'm going to cut a line straight up the center. And again, this is another one of those designs where I'm like, okay, if I hate it, I can just do a straight crop. That's the beauty of kind of distressing like this, is there are ways that you can like try around with it. I probably should fold it in half and mark where the center is as opposed to just winging it. Okay, so this is pretty much the center. So I'm just going to fold my cropped shirt. And again, use that as a guide just to like, so I know how high to cut. And I'm just going to take this top layer and I'm gonna cut right up the seam to about here. Let me move that up for you guys. I mean, I don't care if it's like super in the middle, but I'd like it to be somewhat close. Yeah, and with this one, I'm gonna kind of keep it a little bit longer just to double check because I do like this shirt. So then to follow along with this, I'm just going to cut up the side because I need to have the fabric to tie it, obviously. Now, like, you could use a ruler and like measure shit, but I'm just like winging it, and like this one seems a little bit higher on this. So now we have no back and two little danglies in the front. Now, in order to tie the front properly, you need to cut kind of from the corner to the corner here, so you've got like a triangle. So again, I'm just gonna flip this so it's easier for me to do. So again, you could like measure these things. Wait, am I doing this right? No, I want it this way. See? Sometimes you do shit wrong. This way is what we want. From this corner to this corner. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. It's a distressed shirt. You want a little triangle like this. Then you've got a little, again, I'm going to pull it again, and now that it's tied, you can kind of see what it looks like. Now, I don't like these little dangles, so I'm going to just kind of tuck them in. I eventually might sew them, but that's not in my life plan today. Last t-shirt we're distressing is this Guns N' Roses t-shirt. This is the one that I'm going to crop and then bleach and distress. So the first thing we're gonna do is the cropping and the distressing, because I have to put like a garbage bag down for the bleaching. So it looks like basically right under the logo is kind of perfect, which is great for me. Just going to, again, kind of follow this guideline and just cut. And I'm gonna save this piece of fabric, which is the bottom, because I want to test the bleach on it first to see kind of how it will react and what color it will turn. So now that we've got this, again, we are going to pull it. Once you wash it, it'll look even nicer. But like, that's the gist of it. I don't know why, but like, I like the shirts that have like a little kind of cut right by the neck. So that's what I'm gonna do here. cut a small hole and then kind of make it a little bit bigger. And then again, you're just gonna pull so that it looks more like a rip than anything else. And again, once you wash it, it'll look way cuter. With the scissors, what I'm going to do is take them and just kind of drag them along the fabric. Although these scissors might not be sharp enough for this. They've had them for a while. I don't really want to dig into my carpet, so maybe I will puncture holes instead. And by carpet, I mean floor. So I'm just going to kind of stab them through, make tiny little holes. I also want kind of a hole like at the bottom here near the hem, just so it kind of hangs down a little bit. So I'm gonna do the same thing. You're gonna kind of just gather the fabric, pinch it to start the hole. You don't want to cut it fully that way because I find that it can make the hole kind of jagged. So if you do it this way and just kind of cut a hole like this, because then you can kind of pull this one piece down. I don't know, I just think it looks cute. Don't judge me. So I just went and grabbed my manicure scissors and I'm going to use those to just kind of, I'm just holding the fabric basically and stabbing it to create little holes. I've seen a lot of videos of people just kind of dragging their scissors to make the holes, but I don't know if it's this t-shirt or just my shitty scissors, but it's not working. So we're doing this and I'm just kind of being haphazard about it, and then you're just going to pull. Kind of makes it look like is it called mothballs or like moth something when you get like those holes in your shirt? I don't know. So I think for now this is kind of as distressed as we're gonna get for like cutting holes and stuff in it. I don't think it really needs that much, especially because it's gonna be bleach on it anyways. It'll kind of add to it, and like I said, the more you wash it, the holes will kind of get a little bit more stretched out and distressed. So now we bleach. Okay, so I tested the fabrics for the bleach for this. So for bleach, I have 3 different containers of bleach. I have this, which is just an old container that has an eyedropper. I have an old Mac Fix Plus full of bleach so I can spray some of it. And then a lot of the videos I saw had what they called like tie-dye bottles or like kind of squeezy bottles with a nozzle, but I couldn't find any because we're like in a pandemic right now. So I just have a bottle of Coke that I actually just punctured a hole in the lid so that it can kind of operate like that. I also just got some on me, so there's my first one. So with the Fix Plus, I don't really want to spray a lot, and I certainly don't want to spray many spots like more than once, but you'll see that it's like already starting to form. And I'm just gonna kind of start giving her. Now with this one, you're just gonna kind of, you know, wing it. I like the like water drops, so I'm gonna do a bit of that and kind of see. And I also kind of want, like, a lot of people don't go for the like the logo, but I want mine in the logo, so I'm just gonna kind of do that and see where it lands. I also, if you didn't notice, put down a cardboard box and some garbage bags underneath it just because I am on my floor. So yeah, for the Fix Plus, I'm just kind of doing one spritz. I find more than one can look a little like too much, so I kind of want like a really far away one to like the middle of it. And then I'm just gonna kind of wait. Now see, there's a lot of like big clumps of stuff, so I'm gonna kind of go around and just do like one little off drop everywhere. And there's some places I am gonna kind of just do like a big like glob, like right here on my arm, and I'm just gonna kind of mix it up so that it saturates it more. And then basically you're gonna leave the bleach on for as long, basically until it gets to the color you like. I wanted to get a little bit lighter than this. As you'll see, this was my test strand, and so you can see how light it got if I just left it on there for a long time. So I am kind of just gonna leave this one for a long time like that. Okay, and these are the only pair of pants that I will be distressing, mostly because I love these pants. They're from Fashion Nova actually, so they're like a little bit shitty quality. They're super thin, but like this part of the knee is coming out. There is like, everything is ripping. So I was either like, I cut this big hole out of the knee or I make them short. So I think I'm just gonna make them shorts because they are high-waisted, and just like everything else, I would suggest using a guide. So I have these American Eagle high-waisted curvy shorts that are my favorites. So I'm just going to use them as a guide. Now this one, I'm going to just kind of use this rip as the guide because there's not really anywhere else for me to go with this. I'm going to just kind of cut right there. And right here across the front. It does feel a little short though, so in the back I might. And then I guess I'll probably just follow that same line across the front, and then in the back I'll use the shorts as a guide. If you're ever scared about cropping your clothes, honestly, a guide is the best thing you could do for yourself. So I'm going to just kind of take this line from the front and kind of follow it to the back just slightly, and then I'm going to lay my shorts down and just kind of trying to follow. You want to keep it a little bit longer than your current shorts because they will fray and like roll up like most other things. So I'm just going to keep that like maybe half an inch longer. And also you can always go shorter, but you can never go longer. Okay, so as you can see, I cut them a little bit longer in the back because your girl has a butt. Now I could go along here and pick at them with a tweezers and stuff and just like distress them myself, but after you wash them a couple times, they'll literally do it themselves and your girl's lazy, and I do want to bleach these, so I'm gonna do that instead. Okay, for the jean shorts, all I want to do is kind of like do like a bleach splatter on the bottom of them. So again, I'm gonna flip these. For this one, I'm going to mainly use this kind of Coke bottle method, and then I'm gonna use the eyedropper just to create some splatter farther up. I think I'm gonna start on the back. I'm just gonna kind of do this dealy. I'm kind of saturating the bottom just because like I want it to be, oh, my shirt is there. I kind of want it to like be bleachy at the bottom and then kind of have some splatter up there. So it's been a couple days since I DIY'd the stuff. I wanted to wash them before I showed you the shirts, so I just filmed a try on and I'm gonna kind of go through the clothes and show you what they look like. They're all inside out though, so hold on. Okay, so a shirt that I'm surprised I like so much is this Lisa Left Eye shirt that I did the fringe on. Once you dry, like when you first crop your t-shirts, you're gonna be like, do I like this? I can't tell. But then once you kind of wash them, usually the washing machine just kind of helps them look a little bit more worn, and all of the fringe kind of curled together, and it looks so beautiful and like funky, and I absolutely love it. And it's such an easy way to distress a shirt. Like it's like making it more cropped, but it still has the strings to cover any of your stomach that's showing, and I absolutely just love the way this one turned out. I also love the way that this tie-dye one turned out with the tie front. Now, I might go through and try to just sew it just because like I don't love that I have to tie it every time, and personally I don't like the little like dangles that hang down. I want it to look more like a knot, so I probably will go through and just kind of sew mine eventually, but for now this looks super cute. I love the fit of it. And what I like about this one is if you're ever sick of the tie, you can always just go back and crop it, because like you just cut off where the tie is and it is a totally normal cropped t-shirt. So we stand. I'm wearing the first shirt that we just straight cropped across. It fits beautifully. I love it. I just like a crop. I want my shirts to just kind of sit exactly where my pants hit, just because like, why are women's shirts so long? What is that? I don't know. But I love this. I just like to literally cut my t-shirts just below the design. I think they're so perfect, and as you can see in the try on, this one's super cute, and it's like fits just like my other one that I basically copied. The last shirt that I am so proud of is the Guns N' Roses shirt. The bleach on this turned out so well. I probably could have left it on for longer. I left it on for probably maybe like half an hour to 45 minutes, and as you can see in the try on, I did do the back as well, and I'm obsessed with the bleach look. I might have to ruin some other shirts and do that. I also like this kind of texture up here where you do the spray just from far away, and because of how your shirt is kind of wrinkled, it creates black marks. I did the same thing on the back. And I also found if I held my MAC Fix Plus spray bottle like sideways and just like slightly pressed it, I could get these more like splotchy kind of sprays, which I like because I like the smaller ones as well as the larger ones, but I just think this looks so cute. It needs a couple more holes and stuff, I think, but as I wear it and wash it more, it will kind of distress itself more. But like, this shirt is bomb. And I also, like, I liked this logo because you don't really see a Guns N' Roses shirt like this very often, but I think it looks so cute. And last but not least, we have the shorts. Now the shorts I found really hard, like they didn't take bleach very well. They really only took bleach from the Coke bottle when I was squirting it everywhere. Like as you can see, I sprayed it with the MAC Fix Plus and it didn't really do anything, and even the droplets didn't do a whole lot. So I basically left these to sit for probably an hour or so, and the bottom wasn't as white as I wanted it to be, so I just went back over it and squirted some bleach around where I wanted it to be, and then I rinsed it with the with cold water. So once your bleach is set and it's at a color you like, you rinse it with cold water just to like deactivate the bleach, and then I washed them. I washed this separately. My Guns N' Roses shirt I just washed with everything else, but this, it was still really wet, so I wasn't sure if it would leak or anything, but I think it turned out kind of cute, to be honest. I'm feeling it. So yeah, that is all of the clothes that I distressed, and depending on how long this quarantine goes, it may not be all the clothes that I do distress. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you think. Let me know if you're into the distressed look or if you're distressing any clothes, because I don't think this will be my last. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!